Hi guys, Unboxing Tech here with the new iPhone 16 and a bunch of cases. Let's get right to it. First is the Ringke Onyx magnetic case. This case is made out of a flexible TPU and is lightweight at 34.7 grams. Overall, the case has a very slim silhouette and the edges at the sides are straight for a sleek look. There is a texture on the back, but it's very smooth and unobtrusive. Here are the cutouts on the bottom. The buttons are all covered up and easy to press. There are lanyard holes on either side of the case so you can use it with charms or straps. The camera control button is left uncovered, and the straight edges make it easy to use the slider function. There's a good amount of lift around the front screen, and there's a fitted camera cutout with a nicely raised edge around it as well. One of my favorite parts of this case are the textured sides. They're great for helping with grip around the phone, especially for rocking a bigger device like the Pro Max or Plus sizes. Aside from the black, this case also comes in dark green and this lovely mint. Furthermore, after testing the magnetic strength on this case with a pop socket and some good old violent shaking, I found that it is pretty strong and dependable. Next, we have the Ringke Fusion-X case. It's a hybrid clear case with opaque TPU sides and a clear polycarbonate back. It's super lightweight at 30.8 grams. This is probably one of the more unique looking clear cases. Despite the mecha-ish design, it's not bulky at all and it's pretty svelte. The cutouts on the bottom look centered. The buttons are covered up and they have individual textures so you can easily identify them. Plus, they're easy to press. The camera control button is left open, but the cutout edges are sloped to make it easy to use the slider function. Here are the lifted edges around the front screen. And the back camera also has a raised edge around it as well. Same as the Onyx, the Fusion-X also has these dotted designs on the sides that are absolutely fantastic for grip and are comfortable to hold. Plus, you can add straps on not one, not two, but 3 strap holes for better drop prevention. While I think the white iPhone looks good with this black case, it looks equally good in the camo black design. Next, we have the Spigen Thin Fit case. This is also a hybrid case with super thin TPU sides and a hard polycarbonate back. It's very lightweight at 31.4 grams. This is a simple and minimalistic design without any frills. You can also see my fingerprints on the back already. The cutouts are made to match the device. The buttons are also all covered up and easy to press. The camera control button's cutout does feel a little wide, but it's easy to use. The thin fit does have a bit of a lift around the front screen, as well as the back camera. As this is a very smooth case, it doesn't really provide much in terms of grip. It's slim enough that it's easy to hold, but if you have smaller hands or are using bigger phones, you may have some difficulty holding it. Of course, you can make it easier for you by adding a magnetic grip on the back. The case is lightweight and the magnet is strong enough to hold both it and the device up. Next is the Spigen Ultra Hybrid ZeroOne Edition case. As the name states, it's a hybrid case with TPU sides and a polycarbonate back. Weight-wise, it's fairly light at 35 grams. I think it's just the design, but it feels a bit bulkier compared to the first 3 cases we've looked at. It may also be because the sides are slightly rounded. The bottom cutouts look great. The buttons are also covered up and easy to press. The cutout around the camera control button is pretty big, but due to that, the slider function isn't hard to navigate around at all. Here are the lifted edges around the front screen and the slight lift around the back camera as well. I was surprised to see this lanyard strap here, though I'm very thankful for it. Although the TPU sides aren't too bad, it's very smooth and doesn't offer much in terms of grippiness. Of course, I know that everything I said just now just doesn't really matter in the face of this very unique design, as it will be the main deciding factor for a lot of people. Spigen really took advantage of this clear back, so a lot of the design is printed on the inside of the case, while some parts are on the outside for this neat 3D effect. Plus, this is a MagSafe case, so you can use it to charge or with MagSafe accessories, and the magnet is pretty strong. Next up, we have the Caseology Athlex case. It's made entirely of flexible TPU, though a bit on the heavier side at nearly 40 grams. So we can see the gravelly texture on the back of the case. It's not as smooth as the Onyx, but it's not uncomfortable to the touch. Kinda looks gross up close though. The cutouts are beautifully aligned. The buttons are all covered up. And easy to press. The cutout around the camera control button is a little wide, but it's very easy to use. Here is the raised protection around the front screen. However, I don't quite fancy this square-shaped camera cutout with the little fill-in with the TPU here, to be honest. There is a slight lifted edge around the camera though, for what it's worth. Now, I have no issue with the textured back, but I mentioned this in the iPhone 16 Pro video I uploaded before, but I hate the feeling of the sides of this case. It's very spiky and rough. While it might help with gripping the phone, I hate that I have to grip the phone at all in this case. It's generally a bad touch feel, and these edges are a little sharp as well. It may be good for people who like this kind of sensory texture, but it's a thumbs down from me. Lastly, I was a little worried about the cushion design interfering with the MagSafe strength, and rightly so. I could probably put a baby to sleep with how softly I was rocking it back and forth, so it's definitely not the greatest of magnets. Next, we have the ESR Flickstand case. It's also a clear hybrid case made of TPU sides and a hard polycarbonate back. Due to the kickstand, it's a bit on the heavier side at 48 grams. Design-wise, it's nothing too special. It's just your standard clear case with a kickstand at the bottom. The cutouts on the bottom do look very clean. And the buttons are all covered up for maximum protection and are very easy to press. The cutout around the camera control button is very streamlined and still easy to use. There's a great amount of lift around the top and bottom of the case. But again, it has this weird square cutout around the back camera. It's kind of like they recycled the 16 Pro cases and just melted in extra TPU around the flash. The lifted edges are fine though. The TPU around the sides also feel very nice and easy to hold. It proves to be grippy enough despite the smooth texture as well. Also, there's a single lanyard hole right here. Now, let's check out the kickstand. This kickstand is made out of a metallic alloy and is located at the bottom of the case. It holds open at a single angle, but it's good enough to prop up the phone vertically and horizontally without any issues. Furthermore, the ESR Flickstand case is MagSafe compatible for charging and accessories, and the magnet proves itself to be quite strong. Next, we have the Cyrill UltraSheer mag case, which is a hybrid case with TPU sides and a matte polycarbonate back. It's averagely lightweight at 35 grams. It doesn't have a wildly eye-catching design, but there are some subtle points that give it a charming look. I also like the shaded back with the matte finish. The cutouts are very neatly designed in a square, or a rectangle, I suppose. The buttons are all covered up and very easy to press. Here's the cutout around the camera control, not as wide as the Spigen ones, and the straight edges make it easy to use the slider. Here are the lifted edges around the front screen. They're uniquely at the corners of the phone. That's pretty cool. The back camera does have a square cutout as well, but I can look past it because this white patch is pretty cute and goes well with my white phone. One thing I do want to say about this case is that the touch feel is so bad. It's about as weird as the Caseology Athlex case, but this one is stubbly. It's rough and uncomfortable to hold, even if the grip is good. I feel like Cyrill is a brand that's marketed towards women, but I don't know if any women of any age group actually likes how this feels. It's kind of yucky, and again, maybe people who like sensory stimulation will get a kick out of it, but it'll be a ugh from me. Oh, and there's a lanyard hole here, by the way. I do like the wavy shape of the case. It's very cute, and honestly, if it didn't have this weird stubble side, I'd be way more into it. The MagSafe ring is colored to match the case, and it's very strong as well. Next up is Casetify's Ripple case. It's a silicone case that has a polycarbonate shell to hold its shape. There's also microfiber lining inside, and it's a bit on the heavier side at 40 grams. There are these subtle water ripple designs on the back that are tactile. They're very soft and subtle for the most part. Here are the cutouts on the bottom. The buttons are all covered up by the case and easy to press. The camera control button has a very tightly fit cutout, but the slim sides and sloped edges make it easy to slide your finger across. There is a good amount of lift around the front screen, but a bit of a negative point on this big ol' cutout around the camera. It's kind of lazy on Casetify to just leave it squared like that. All the other cases made some semblance of effort. As the case is made of silicone, it's very soft and has a powdery feel to it, which is great for gripping the phone. There's also a strap hole here if you need extra assistance by putting on a strap. Shape-wise, it's similar to the Cyrill case with the namesake Ripple on the back. It is a MagSafe case, but maybe it's because it's heavier or the magnet is just not great, but it didn't pass the shake test. Next, we have the Speck CandyShell grip case. This is technically a double-layered case with a TPU inner lining with a hard polycarbonate outer shell, although you can't take it apart. It's the heaviest of the bunch today at 44 grams. This is such an iconic Speck design. We have the ridges on either side of the case with the contrasting colors for some added depth. Here are the cutouts at the bottom of the case. The buttons are also covered up and generally easy to press. The camera control button also has a very well-fitted cutout, and the sloped edges make it very easy to use the slider control. The lifted edges seem pretty minimal, but not bad. I'm happy that Speck did fit the camera cutout to make the actual camera shape, and there is a raised edge around it as well. The ridges on the side are designed to help with the grip, and I found it to be surprisingly effective. The ridges themselves have soft edges so they don't hurt to hold and aren't abrasive either. I generally do enjoy the design of this case, however, I think they can do away with this big ol' Speck logo smack dab in the middle. This is also a MagSafe case, and the magnet is very strong. Last on the list is the Pitaka Aramid fiber case. It is, as its name suggests, made of woven Aramid fiber. It's the slimmest and lightest at 18.6 grams. That's insane. This one came with these stickers to improve the fit, but let's try it on without the stickers first. After putting it on, I didn't notice anything off with the fit of the case, so I'm just foregoing the stickers altogether. This is Pitaka's OG color, Sunset, which has a bit of a Native American woven rug vibe to it. Because this case prides itself on slimness, there's a bunch of parts that are left slightly uncovered, as you can see around the charging port. The buttons are all left uncovered, and the sides are open cut as well. There's virtually no lift around the screen, and if you put a screen protector on, it'll definitely jut over the case edges. However, surprisingly, Pitaka did bother protecting the back camera. This is a case made for people who want to go naked on their phones but are still a bit too wary for it. It's about as close as you can get to all natural without actually exposing your phone to the scary outside world. The grip is fine, by the way. Before doing my MagSafe shake test, I'm checking the corners because my last Pitaka review had some janky corners, but this one looks fine. Now, the MagSafe ring. These slim cases are typically notorious for having weaker magnets, but from my shake test, I can safely say that Pitaka does use higher quality magnets that match their price point. Good for them. And those are the cases I have for the iPhone 16. All links are in the description box, so check them out. I added in recs from people that I got from before, so if you have any other case brands you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching until the end. I'll see you guys next time.